Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. I have two help videos attached to this. I got two questions in a matter of 24 hours on how do I set an anti-reverse dog on my fishing reel. The viewer had disassembled the reel, cleaned it all up, and then ran into a dilemma where upon reinstallation they lost the orientation of the springs, how they all go. Not an uncommon event. So I thought I would just do a video here. A picture is worth 1,000 words. So we'll show you first on the first reel, which is the Penn 712Z, and then we'll do the Mitchell 304. So both of these are older reels, and quite honestly, there's not a lot of people that are still repairing them, and it's easy to be at a loss in a hurry. So you have your anti-reverse dog. That anti-reverse dog is going to intersect. This reel needs to be cleaned up, but it's going to intersect with your teeth on the back of the main gear like that. So if you flip that over the way it's going to be installed, that's the orientation of your dog, and that dog is going to ride on the post down here like that, and it's going to intersect with the teeth on the main gear when it's in the on position. So this is the on position right now. I'm sorry, this is the off position, and when you swing that cam like that, it's going to rest into the off position so that you can backpedal the reel. So when you go to reinstall, make sure you're in the on position, and then let's grab that little dog out of there and put the spring on. So the spring is a funky little spring, kind of looks like the number 9, and you'll notice that there's a corresponding hole for that spring on the dog. So go find the hole and set that spring loop inside that hole. That's also the hole that the spring is going to ride on the post, right? So once you set that in, you'll notice that, oops, not quite in. You'll notice that the tail end of the number 9, if you will, is going to hook right around the base of the dog. Now this is kind of an easy install. These things don't pop much. So you have it loaded. That's the orientation right over the top of the stud, and that kind of looks like it's almost it, right? Just bring it over to the side so that your spring is nested on top of the other stud. Pull down a little bit and then swing your override to off. So that's it. Okay, pause the video just for a moment there. So once you have that on, you have your tail end of the spring inside the stud here. You have this locked to the off position. That's the way you want to reinstall. And what you want to do is you want to get your main gear, and you can only do it this way. If you put it on, if you leave that into the operating position, you're going to have trouble. But take your main gear, reinsert that, hold your main gear, put the handle on to hold it in place. And then once you tighten down, now you can go ahead and put it into the operating position, and you'll notice we have a backstop now. And of course, the rest of the reel needs to be rebuilt, but that's it. Off position, we'll just go ahead and do that one more time just to review. You want to mount that spring, and we can do this. Mount the spring, it's easy enough, inside the anti-reverse dog, flat side towards the cam. Bring it over so that you put some tension on it. Switch your override on the cam so that you set it to the off position. Mount your main gear, mount your handle, and then continue with your rebuild, and you have a functional anti-reverse. Hope that helps. Stay tuned. We're going to do the 304 now on the question on that one. Okay, the second question I have then is how do I set the spring on the anti-reverse dog for a Mitchell 304? This is the Mitchell 304. This is the side plate removed, gears out, and everything to show you the assembly. The assembly has got an anti-reverse dog. This is currently in the on position, and it'll flip. If I hold it, it'll flip. It's spring driven, and then in the off position it pushes it out of the way so it doesn't intersect with the main gear. So the spring is attached inside. There's a little pinhole here, and there's a protrusion on the spring, a little arm that rests inside there, and it wraps around the post here and it lodges on the side plate. I don't know if that's too difficult to see there, but this is the tab end of the spring on the inside of that piece. So it rides from here, comes around the post and out. Now the spring I have is a little bit different than I believe the one that the individual sent the question on, but it's going to be the same. The tag end of that spring is going to go in here. I believe you have a loop, so it'll be a complete rotation around the post, and then the tag end is going to ride in here. So let me take this off and show you how to do that. I'm going to set it to the off position. Pull this off. You can see the spring in here. It's a little bit dirty, but you can see it. It's just like a big giant comma. This is the spring outside of that. And simply the spring gets set inside the hole of the anti-reverse dog. Clears the stud that way so that you mount it. You'll have the tag end will be hanging over the side, and simply pull that tag end in. So that it rests on the inside lip of the piece. Make sure that it works. Make sure you have the override. When it comes back, hold the bottom because you can trip it out the way it's loaded. Just give it a twirl. Make sure that that spring is functioning right. And that's it. That's the load for the anti-reverse dog for a 304. Now again, I believe the one that you have is going to have a second loop here. That's fine. Come in, ride the loop around, and bring it up here. That way it'll put the tension on that anti-reverse dog to operate properly. All right, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have questions like that, ask, and I will try to get you answers to help you overcome the issues you're having in servicing your reel. So if you like these types of things, please subscribe. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments. And I hope you have a great day. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Please stay well, stay safe, and stay vigilant during the pandemic.